So we had a nice little move in the SPY this morning. We took a nice profit in our SPY calls that we put on Friday. I did take ZM long. Again, I didn't post it because I think the market's too unsure, but it's underperforming the market right now. Probably just going to try to scratch it or take just a tiny gain on it if I can if we get a bounce in it. Z that Joe called out looks pretty nice, still moving up. Gold, GLD, very strong, still continuing up this morning. Again, AA pulled back this morning pretty hard, moving back up toward that pivot point right now, back up over 3160. Ram Kamara's CRDO somewhat extended for a long. Look. Yeah, well, it's trading at 145.75. The 8 is exponential moving average is 132. So it's $13. It's $13 above the 8. Its ATR is about 8. So it's not extremely extended. It is a little bit extended, but less than 2 ATRs, about 1.5. So it's a pretty nice long setup. The stock is very choppy, on the daily chart. But it's in a decent pattern. Here's CRDO right here. See, there's earnings here, bounced up here off of earnings, moving up pretty nicely. It's a little extended at this point. You notice that when it gets extended, it tends to come back, and that's what creates the chop here. But it's a nice pattern. I mean, this is a nice pattern following the 8 up very nicely, but it is a little too extended for me right here. Even though technically it isn't overly extended, but it is getting pretty extended. Triple Qs come back down toward the VWAP. Now they're bouncing back up again. Dairy SPY stalled at the 828 high. Can I use the 828 as a potential support here if it breaks and retests, or should I wait for an EMA VWAP break? 828 on the SPY. The 828 high was 649.48. 649.48, which is where it's at right now. That was the all-time high at the time. I guess the thing is, it's not a high volume resistance level, so I don't think I would give it a lot of credibility for resistance level at all. I think that I got an algo line here, an ascending algo line that's been operating as a fairly good resistance level on the market. Get through it and pull back, it's heading up toward it again. I think that would be the next resistance level. I would use that algo for around 650, almost 651. Again, here's the all-time high right there, 652.21. So somewhere in that level right there, the top of that red candle, I think that's a more likely resistance level than the one you were talking about. It's kind of a slow grind in the market, but very slow. Hey, good morning, Evan. Good Monday morning to you. We had a trade on the SPY over the weekend. Took some long calls Friday afternoon on the SPY. Sold them off this morning between 30 and 40% profit. That was a pretty nice trade for us on the SPY. T2104, the market, a divergence in the market internals, Friday. That's why we took it. All I've done today, take the ZM, I haven't posted it, I took a ZM trade, I called it out but I didn't post it. I don't think this market is conducive right now to taking anything. It's just not doing much of anything. It's kind of trying to grind up. But again, we're well inside Friday's candle. If we look at the SPY daily, what you're going to see is this Friday's candle right here. We're just trading inside of that candle. Triple Qs, which have been a little bit stronger, is getting fairly close to the top of that candle. So that it may break out. There's a high. There's the all-time high on the Qs right there, 583.32. The all-time high on the SPY was Friday, right there, 652.21. Candles are really small. Q's trying to bounce off the 15 right here. Ari, KALV, biotech, relatively strong, on the verge of breaking a recent high. KALV. Yep, up pretty nicely today. Here it is right here. There's resistance on it, 1684. Been in a kind of a roller coaster move up, but it's, it keeps putting new highs. Notice that these are new highs, higher highs and higher lows on the way up. We get a few crazy candles in here, but basically higher highs. Market internals still bullish, but these candles are so tiny. Google's pulled down pretty hard here. It came ripping up this morning pretty nicely. Looked like it was going to take off, and selling off right now. Amazon holding up pretty well. Apple, not so much. Microsoft, after a big pullback last week, trying to bounce today. Again, Tesla, again, 347.03 is the next support level on that. Triple Qs, not doing much here, just moving sideways. You were still up about 0.78% here, just kind of riding right along that 15. Not very small candles. Again, if you're taking these 5 super system trades of these, you've got to be really nimble. Got to be able to get it out pretty quickly. Netflix just chopping sideways. AA pulled down hard this morning, bouncing back up again to a 32. EG moving down this morning. Very low probability trading environment here right now. Do have market internals holding up all right, but pulled down this morning. Now they're bouncing up, but it's very choppy, very choppy. This is definitely LPTE. And you've got no market, you've got nothing in the market to help you here right now. SPY's green and moving up, but I mean,
Peloton teases third-party integrations for sleep and recovery data. Garmin or more coming from Pillow.
Peloton with a little volume pop here right now. Offer some news. I wouldn't be chasing that. Amazon looks pretty good. Holding up pretty well here. Again, 236.01 is what it needs to hold. Again, this is a breakout at 236.01. Not confirmed, but it's a breakout at 236.01 on Amazon. Q's just putting in little tiny candles. Q's coming back down again here now toward the VWAP. Going for a walk, Ruthie?
Yeah.
All right. Poppy ever come out?
Not yet. Sleeping. Yeah, I've been on my ass too long.
Oh, yeah. Luma?
Yeah. Scoring.
Oh, scoring.
So I'm gonna go for my concrete leaf.
All right.
What's that?
So easy.
That's always a fun one.
just a little, you lose your ass in little bits. It's not really a crushing bit, though. It's just little cuts that break you down by little thousands of little cuts. Choppiness. Okay, you're all set to roll.
Ultimately, lose your ass. That's what you want to do. All right.
All right. Have a good walk.
Thank you.
Alfie will probably come out now. I gotta get you a couple of cookies. I gotta get you some cookies. All right. Cookies for Alfie. That's it. That's your cookies. All right, low probability trading environment, as I mentioned, not a good day to be trying to find much. You're gonna have to be fairly quick and fairly nimble on trades. If you can look for some decent stocks that are good, strong stocks, short all along that you can ride, it's likely to have some moves. You have to be dependent on those stocks to give you your profits, because the market's not doing anything for us right now. You can see what it's doing. It kind of moved sideways from this gap up this morning. It's just not going anywhere. So again, market's not giving us any help. And again, it's trading inside of Friday's range. And ZM, which looked good this morning, starting to bounce back up a little. Again, I took some calls at ZM. I'm gonna bail on those things as soon as I get into any profit on it, all of those things. One bounce up and I'm out. This is not just a good day for starting up any trades right now, in my opinion, for any kind of swings. Until we get a read on the market. AA's looking much better here. You see it's right back up, almost back up to 32 again after that pullback this morning. VSAT, which got beat down this morning on news, has bounced up very nicely. It's actually green for the day now. All right, see if we have any questions here. I got a few. Douglas, GLW still looking good. Relative strength in the D1 with decent relative volume. Yeah, it is a nice setup on GLW. It's a nice long. I think if you like this one for swing, what you really want to do is just, It's not really too far extended. It's a little extended, but you see where the 8 is, 69.50, so to 72, right? So 69.50 to 72 is about $2.50 or so. ATR in this thing, about $1.70. So it's a little extended, but not a lot extended. I think if I wanted to get into it, I would just I'd use the 5-minute chart, and I would wait for a pullback and a bounce. Today, you notice it hasn't gone anywhere. So if you could take it here, if you want to get in and swing it, as long as it stays bullish on the daily chart. But I'd be waiting. Right now, the market's not doing anything for us. I'd be waiting for a little bit longer on this to see what it does. I'd like to see it pull back closer to the 8 on GLW. UNH still looks really good, Ali. Yeah, now let's look at our daily chart on UNH. All right, we know what we did with UNH. We had a beautiful trade off of UNH right here, where it bounced off of this line, and we took it here and got out here. That horizontal line right there, we took it right there. Now we see what we've got here, though. See the 50, the 100-day moving average, right there. See where it's at? It's right against it. Right against it. Got to clear that. This big gap up here would be nice to get into too as well, but right now it's got to get through that 100-day. B 65% on BE, Joe. Joe's milking that BE. Bloom Energy. HL trim at 30%. He took HL. He called that one out this morning. That's a gold stock. Hapla Mining. Up beautifully here right now. Up about 12% today. Roger. CMG in a daily for a short. Yep. Yes, it is. It's a good short. A good short setup on CMG. If you dare short into this market, which this is actually a pretty nice setup. CMG works really, really good. This is a nice short. Switch over to the 5-minute chart. Again, here's the VWAP up here. Here's the 8 right here. I think a short off the 8 would be okay. You didn't, if you wanted to go short the CMG. Yeah, nice look on CMG. Very nice look on CMG. And CMG right here. Look short. You switch it to the daily to make sure the market, the SPY Super System is giving us a short. It absolutely is. Nice look on that one. SPY trying to come up. Q's trying to come up. Like CMG short. Making a note of that. It's actually, other than the fact that we're still in a bull market, and shorts have been very, very difficult. We had a good one with Fresh Pet, but we had a bad one with Clorox. So it's shorts have been very problematic. CMG is a nice setup for a short here. Q's trying to move back up above the 15 here. Really a very tight range here right now in the market. Very, very tight. There's that Bloom Energy that Joe just took some profits on. Again, pretty choppy market right now. Very choppy. You got to be very nimble on a lot of these trades. Z looks good. Still looks good. ZM, look at this, all over the place. Still has to hold the on ZM. It needs to hold the 83.98. It's getting pretty close to it right now in this pullback. Market internal is still holding up pretty nicely. SPY bouncing. Triple Q's not so much now. ORLY. Orly looks through good for a swing. Roger. Orly. ORLY. O'Reilly Automotive. Yeah, it does. I mean, the daily chart looks pretty nice on it. Daily chart looks pretty nice on it. Again, it's another one that, notice how choppy it was in here and how it's really been forming a pretty nice up pattern here now. Gets extended, comes back, gets extended, comes back. Now it's trying to roll over. It's pretty close to the roll up. This looks pretty good right here. That's a decent setup on ORLY. Yep, like it. Just don't like the market. Don't like the market at all right now. Very, very choppy. Here's the SPY. Here's the T2104 right here. Coming down this morning, then moving up here. It's been bullish through here with the market. Then it pulled back a little bit here as the market pulled back. Now it's just chopping around. Down, up. It's getting up, down, up, down, up, down. It's very choppy. Market internals are pretty, in my opinion, they're pretty neutral right now. And just not much going on. Roger, been very hard to short lately? Yes, absolutely. Hard, shorter than usual. Yes, it is. That's very difficult. Well, listen, we're in a bull market. We have pullbacks and stuff, but the market's bullish, so shorts become very difficult. Again, we had a nice one in Fresh Pet, but I think we took a loss in Clorox when we tried to short it. They're tough. And CMG looks like a beautiful short, but immediately it's bounced right back up to the VWAP again. And again, I am in ZM. I'm probably going to try to get out of this thing pretty quickly. Triple Qs, I'm not doing much. Very slow market. This is a low probability trading environment. Very, very low probability. You can get chewed up here if you're not careful. You want to be very nimble as far as your trades are concerned. If you take trades, take profits quick as you can, pretty much. This is a very, very choppy market. I don't see any reason to jump into anything now. I wished I hadn't gone into Zoom this morning. It looks like a nice setup. It's still holding the support levels, but it's not going anywhere. Nothing's going, pretty much not much going anywhere. I mean, Amazon looked pretty nice here, but it's kind of just drifting. Z that Joe had looks pretty nice. Still Philly looks pretty nice. ZM that I took looks pretty, well, I mean, listen, it's just moving sideways. Not going anywhere. Lulu is a short. Bouncing back up again above the VWAP. AAA moving back up to 32. A nice little bounce in AA this morning. So we're right back into the good position on that one. $11.36. Ryan, Cara. This thing is getting pretty this looks like a Momo stock here. Huge volume on it. Yeah, KR is a Momo stock. I gotta see if I can find it. I don't really have it on here, so I need to add it so I can see what the float is on it. $2.6 million shares traded today. Float 1.1 billion. Yeah, it's not a low float stock, but definitely get some momentum this morning. KR. Here it is here. Pretty big moves, pretty big candles. Don't know anything about the stock. Normally has a volume of about 1,000 shares a day, maybe 7,000 on a busy day. Today, 2.6 million. Something's going on, or it's a pump and dump. Market internal is starting to drift down here now. Pretty, actually, more than drifting down. They're coming down pretty good. So just be careful. SPY coming down. Q's also not so much. Q's holding up a little bit better. IWM coming in now. Zoom also coming in. Lulu, which has been a short, it's moving up. CMG, which looked like a good short, is actually outperforming the market right now. So again, a lot of these things. Hey Ryan, yeah, the float's important. There's a lot of float on that thing, on that KR. It's still a Momo stock. I mean, even with the high float, it's still a momentum stock. But I don't know where this is coming from. This has done this before. All right, here's the chart on it. See what it's doing today. See this massive amount of volume here. All right, big huge volume today. Let me look at it. So there's the volume right there today. 3.1 million. Average is 7,200, 72,000 a day. 32,000. 3.9 million. Now notice we did the same thing over here. Right? 23.7 million shares with an average of 492,000. And see what happened after that? Right back down to $3. This is definitely a scary situation if you go into this long. Just be really, really careful, because these are halts in here. Could this thing turn around, head back down? It could keep going. It could keep turning around. Very risky stock. Anything that's trading like that. Q's right back down to the 15. CPNG, Jarrett, CPNG, really nice. Yeah, big move up this morning. Again, these high volume resistance levels, you got to be really careful up here. See how it's come right up to it, almost right to it, and stop 31.38, and then you get 32.55 above that. Big gap up, big volume on coupon. Hey Simon, just joined the room today. Just get in, okay? Can I scroll the notepad so I can see the details of the ZM? I didn't. I put the ZM. I didn't push it. I didn't post it because I don't like the market today at all. The ZM trade that I took, which I'm going to try to get out of actually because I don't really care for it anymore. But the ZM trade that I took was next week's. Look. Next week's 82.50 calls. So the expiring 9/19, 82.50 calls. I paid $310 for them. They're going for about $270 right now on ZM. I don't like the market. I just don't like the market here at all. It's just chopping around. It's not doing anything. So it's a low probability trading environment day. This is not a great day to jump into any kind of swings. If you're going to be taking intraday trades, you got to be really quick because this market's not going anywhere. Low probability trading environment days. LPTE days are very difficult to trade. It's very important to try to be very, very cautious on these kind of days. Keep your wallet in your pocket for the most part. Don't be putting a lot of trades on it because you're going to chop around. You can end up taking just a whole bunch of little losses. Joe, he took some nice profits in Bloom Energy. Now it's pulling back. Gold very strong today. Now pulling back. Again, you have to be very, very nimble in these kind of trading days. For the most part, if you don't trade, you're probably going to end up better than most retail traders that are trading the market today. Most of them are going to have some losses because this is tough. This is very tough. Low probability trading environments are always a challenge. That means that there's no market tailwind to help you. Market internals are coming down pretty hard right now. Market doesn't seem to have any idea what it wants to do. Am I holding HPE still? HPE? No. HPE was a time spread. I took profits in HPE last week. Let me see if I can find it up here. Right here. We had a time spread on that. We get out the next morning or the next day. I don't remember when exactly, but in for 9, out for 12 on HPE. It was a time spread on earnings. It wasn't a directional trade. It was a non-directional trade. Right now it's just chopping around. Hey Frank, do you still trade the wheel? Sell call spreads, then get a call if assigned. Nowadays, I really don't. I mean, I don't do a lot of trading. I used to do cash secured puts to buy stocks, dividend stocks especially, and I'd own dividend stocks, and then I'd sell covered calls against them to bring in premiums. But I don't really do that anymore. If I get assigned to something, you sell covered calls against it. I don't do that. I basically, as I've mentioned here several times, my trading is all intraday type small short-term swing trades. Anything that I have invested in the market, I have some stocks, but not very few. Most of my investments are in a Vanguard, a dividend fund. That's where I keep them. I get about 12 to 15% a year on that, and then I make my money trading the market intraday and swing trading. I use the capital for that. Everything else is in Vanguard, and I have some in Vanguards and money market funds too. That's what I do with my long-term holdings, Frank. I used to do that. When I started trading, I used to do that a lot. But it takes work. I mean, if you're going to be investing in stocks and then trading calls against them, selling calls against them, doing cash secured puts against them to get the stock at a lower price. You've got to have you do technicals analysis on it, but you've got to also do some fundamental analysis because you're going to be in it longer. It's too much work. To tell you the truth, I can do very well. I do great doing intraday and swing trading like this. Way more than I could ever do in trading like that. And then my long-term accounts in Vanguard Dividend Fund is excellent. I mean, it's been producing year after year after year, and I'm happy with that. So I feel pretty confident in that. And it depends on where you are in your trading life. If you're 25, 30, 35 years old, you can take a lot more risk. But I've been doing this a long time, and protection of capital is important. Am I actually actively trading to get 12 to 15% of the Vanguard dividend stocks? No, I just leave it there. I don't. My trading is what you're seeing me do here, intraday swing trades. The money in the Vanguard account is just money that goes in there and it stays in there, and I just leave it in that dividend fund. I don't actively trade any of that. I'm getting 12 to 15% a year on that Vanguard dividend fund. Just basically, it's passive. I just leave the money in there and let them manage it. Bradley, you put the long-term investments in VTI. Yeah, listen, Vanguard's a great fund. T. Rowe Price, another good one. One thing you got to be careful about with any kind of mutual funds is a lot of them have loads. They have loads on when you put money into the account, which is a load is nothing but a percent they charge you to put the money in. Vanguard, no load, and their management fees are extremely small, 0.25%. This is not financial advice, by the way. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm telling you, if somebody asks me what I do, that's what I do. I'm not making recommendations. I would recommend right now, if you're trading this market, you just sit and watch because it's not going anywhere. There's a pullback in the Qs. Market has turned from somewhat bullish to somewhat bearish, just in a very quick time here. Terrible day for trading. Terrible. SPY coming in. ZM holding up better than the SPY. Some of these stocks go from relative weakness to relative strength, back to relative weakness again. Coin just jumping around. Tesla keeps coming in. 347.03. It's right at it right now, right on the support level on Tesla. VSAT, see that bounced up pretty nicely. AA, come back down this morning to 31, actually below 31, back up almost to 32 again. This is a very trapping market here right now. Please don't be making many trades. This is not a time to be trading in the market. This is very risky stuff. You've got no market to help you here. SPY's right off the VWAP. Q's right off the VWAP. Very low probability trading environment here. Very low probability. Tesla right at 30, went right to 347.03. Again, this level has been a huge resistance level and a huge support level. It's bouncing right off of it here again now, and again a couple of algo lines above. Just a tough one to trade, but you know, if I was trading it right now for a quick trade, I'd just trade it long off the 347.03. I mean, it's below the VWAP, it's below the 8, it's below the 15, it's below everything. That's because it's down at the 347.03 level. Q's bouncing back up again. Very low probability trading environment here. Extremely. Q's coming back down. It's very low probability trading environment here right now. Very, very low. And Tesla bounced right off that 347.03 level again, right down here. And just does this a lot. Low today on Tesla, 346.63, which is basically the 347.03 level. Coming back down again toward that level. Q's coming back down again toward the VWAP. SPY coming back down toward the VWAP. Market internals bearish. Just a choppy day. Octo took another leg up here. Boop. Crazy stock, this Octo. I don't know what's going on with the thing, but it's crazy. Just flattened out here, and then all of a sudden, boom, it shot through. Big volumes on this thing too. SPY, that's what no one's doing. It doesn't know what it wants to do. This is all over the place. And Tesla come down to 347.03, a little bit below it, bounced. Now it's just chopping around in that area. Again, ZM, which I'm still in, waiting to try to get out of this thing. I really don't want to be anything today. This is just garbage trading. Open's starting to pull back a little bit today. Moved up nicely this morning. Starting to show some weakness now. I took my open off here today, by the way. I'm going to look to try to get back in again. I took it off at about 680 for the rest of my contract, so I'm out of open. Buy coming back down toward the VWAP now. So are the Qs. I mean, we don't know what this market is just total chop. No direction at all here. Again, ZM, I'm sorry I get into this trade now because it was a beautiful setup. I really like the setup in ZM. I still like the setup in ZM. It needs to stay above 84.10. I'm sorry, above 83.98, 83.98, which is still above. But the market's not giving me any help at all here. So, under those circumstances, I'd rather be in nothing than to be trading at all. AA still looking pretty nice. Our VSAT that went down on news this morning, bounced back up pretty nicely. It's green now for the day. Just be cautious, please. Don't be making very many trades today, unless you are pretty seasoned as a trader, because this is really a crappy market right now. Again, Tesla to 347.03. Again, held on that, and it bounced right off of it. And bounced right back up. It's just not going anywhere. About 12:08 right now, and that's just. I get to keep saying that this is a terrible day to try to trade. It really is. And we don't really have any good direction in the market to put on any swing type trades right now. We don't know where the market's going to go. We get the Fed next week. This is just very risky to put trades on right now. I don't feel like there's any high probability trade setups at all at the moment. I do like our AA. That's a nice weekly ATM. Don't have to worry about it too much. Just selling premium on it every week. Low energy as far as trying to maintain it. Q's right on the VWAP. SPY right on the VWAP. IWM right on the VWAP. Market internals coming down. Market going absolutely nowhere. Market coming in here. Yeah, he left, he came out.
That's what it takes, leaving.
Who are you talking to out there?
Uh,
Saw somebody's car. He was
oh, that was Kitty.
Oh, that was Kitty?
Yeah. I said, well, you come, you
Oh,
go.
Kitty.
She's been sick, so
She's been sick?
Kitty's got some kind of respiratory thing.
Oh, Lord.
But it's not COVID, it's not pneumonia, it's not bronchitis.
She's out in the lounge a lot with people.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Look at that.
So,
Good movie.
Big drama.
Big drama.
I was, walking on Title View, and the house before Mary's, there were 2 newborn kittens in the driveway.
Before Mary's.
So if you're coming,
Mary's right on the corner.
yeah, but I'm coming from the other
Oh,
way.
the other direction, yeah.
Yeah. So there were 2 newborn kittens just all by themselves behind this car. And so it's like, holy shit. I figured one of the feral moms just dropped the kitties. So I picked them up, and then I was going to go find out, the people that live at that house came out of the door and explained to me, and they said there were 4 more. Kimberly came by, and then she went home and got some kind of an open basket and put the 4 cats in there and left it there. And then now the basket's gone, so they didn't see Kimberly come back or anyone come back to get it. Yeah, so, and they told me the mother cat was still under the car, and the car doesn't drive, it doesn't work, so it's okay to put, let them stay there.
Yeah.
So I picked up the kittens and put them back under the car.
Yeah.
And then Mary and her helper came out with a big cat crate, soft crate, saying that if they could catch the mother and the kittens, they could, get the mother spayed. And so I was asking Maggie, because I didn't want to separate the kittens from the mother. And so I asked Maggie about it, and so she was saying, well, if you can separate the kittens from the mother, then, and take them to pet helpers or one of those places, they can be like bottle fed or something, but it's really labor intensive. Every 2 hours. They're all slammed. But if you can get the babies and the mama, they can fix the mama, and then also, the babies don't get a chance to become feral. So anyway, Mary had put this big crate right against the car, hoping that the mother would go in there. There were some treats in there and stuff.
Good Lord.
Anyway, she's sick. She's got some kind of crud, so
Great.
I'm going to take her some chicken soup.
Shaky moon. Alpha, you probably can smell those cats, can't you?
No, they were so cute. I mean, I don't like cats that much.
Yeah, kittens are
But
cute.
they were so cute.
Yeah.
And they were both all black, and obviously all those cats look alike. So,
All right.
yeah, so Hawaii.
Nothing going on here in the market.
No, that's good.
Back to the room. All right, so right now it's about 12:20. I'm going to get ready to eat in just a little bit. You can see the market isn't doing anything. I mean, we haven't gone anywhere all day. Hughes is still up about 0.6%, mostly on the gap up this morning. IWM just riding the VWAP. SPY just below the VWAP. Just terrible trading conditions. I'm just not. This ZM starting to bounce. If it gets back up, I'm gonna take it off for slight profit if I can. But other than that, there's just not much going on. Lulu was a nice looking long, nice looking short. But now look at it. CMG was a nice short. It's trying to bounce a little bit. I highly recommend not to take trades right now. You have no market tailwind whatsoever. All right, see if we have any questions. I'm going to get ready to eat here in just a couple minutes. Ooh, got a few questions. Bradley, which Vanguard dividend fund am I talking about? It's the dividend fund. Vanguard dividend fund. They have a lot of funds. An awful lot of funds. Ramkumar, yeah, I appreciate that. Even when there are no trades, My commentary about low probability trading environment is extremely useful to calm our nerves and prevent us from jumping in. That's the whole point, to calm you, to keep you from getting into trades. They could work, but they could not work. But we're trying to find high probability trading environment trades. And when the market's doing this, you don't have any market to help you. The market's not helping at all. It's starting to look bearish. It looked bullish earlier. It's just a very, very difficult environment to try to trade and make any money. So for most people, for most traders, if you don't take any trades today and you're even at the end of the day, you're going to be way ahead of most traders who are out there trying to trade today. Yeah, I appreciate that, Ram Kumar. I also agree that's important. He says the part that is often overlooked, that people like to take the great trades we make. The bad trades we avoid is valuable, even more valuable. Listen, if skipping a trade is just as good as taking a good trade. It really is. And it's just like money in the pocket. Palantir right at the open off a long red candle, August 19th. You mentioned 161.40 as resistance. Is it because of the pre-earnings high, even though it's not extremely high volume candle? Let me look. $161.40. Yeah, 161.40 does have some high volume candles on it. It's got a few. But the one I was looking at, that I started that at, was actually back on 8.4. That was a high volume candle that it went through, and now that's offering support. Again, there was another high volume candle on 8.26, right at that level. Another one at on 8.22. There's quite a few high volume candles at that level at 161.40. Surround your board. Don't trade, for God's sakes. Wish you could join an AA. You can still take the AA trade. You can still take the AA trade. Sell this week's 32 puts, buy the October 17th puts. Right there. You can still do this trade. AA's. You can take an AA trade right now. Sell the 32 puts expiring this week, and buy the October 17th 30 puts. No reason why you can't start it right now. We're in our second week of it. You're just joining in on the second week. You can take that. You just get access to spreads. You can take it now. Shy ALAB, a nice breakout. Yeah, I saw that this morning after the PBO on Friday. Yeah, ALAB, nice long. That's another semiconductor stock, but it's a nice long. Again, we have no market to help us, though. Is there a market, in particular market internal, that I place more credence on, put more weight in? The market internal I'm using is this VOLD over here, or the T2104 and the TC2000. It's the cumulative volume index. All the volume, all the total volume of all the stocks going up, minus the volume of all the stocks going down. And if you get a positive volume, in other words, more volume on stocks that are going up than stocks going down, it's bullish, and vice versa on bearish. And right now, we've had it up this morning, down this morning. Now, right now, it's going sideways. This has been switching back and forth, which means we don't really have any significant market internals to lean on. We don't have any indexes to lean on at all. I mean, there's the Qs pulling back down, SPY pulling back down. It's a mess. Apple grinding down. Yeah, I saw that. It's basically following the 8 down on the 5-minute chart. It does have support right at 237.49, right where it is, and then 236.10, and then the 8. I wouldn't trade it short. I mean, you can intraday trade it short, but just be careful. What do I think about Meta for a medium-term swing long? whatever medium-term things. I think this is what Meta looks like. And I like Meta for long if you want to take it here. Again, here's your support, 756.56. Here's your resistance, 775. You want to trade it inside of this area. Notice we got through here, right? We got through here. We're through it today. If we can close above it today, this is a good long potential right up to here. You can take it right now with the anticipation that it's going to stay above 756.56. I don't think that's a bad long trade at all if you want to take a long trade. If you feel like you need to take trades right now. I don't. So you're trying not to look at open because I missed out like 30% gains. Yeah, you don't listen. Don't use the rear view mirror when you're looking at trades, please. I mean, you could have got, if you took profits in it earlier and now it's way up, you look at it and you feel like you left a lot of money on the table. Now you're starting to feel negative about a good trade. You don't want to do that. Yeah, I've been good about not doing the rear view mirror thing. It's pretty funny. If anything, I had a lot of shares. I understand. Go outside and touch grass. Yeah, it's a good one. Suzanne, you appreciate me trying to advise us not to trade on days like this? It's been helpful to you, and I'm glad I received the advice. I know, and listen, a lot of people want to trade, and I understand that. That's why I keep emphasizing this. There are days you shouldn't be trading. And taking a swing trades right now is a huge crapshoot. We don't know what the market's going to do. Is it going to go back up to the all-time high? Is it going to sell off a little bit? Who knows? And nobody knows. A lot of people think they know. They don't know. So we just wait to see what the market does. But right now, this is no man's land we're in. Here's Tesla. You see it came right back down to the 347.03. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This is just a mess. And I know people tell me I talk too much about not trading, but it's really important because people get anxious. I'm trying to keep people from over trading, especially on days where you shouldn't be trading much at all, because it's going to, in the end, it's going to save you a lot of money. You know, you look at a trade, oh, I missed out on it. No, you didn't miss out on it. There's plenty more opportunities. And I'll tell you, if you trade today and you make a bunch of trades, and at the end of the day you're red, you're going to be wishing you hadn't made any trades. So you think you need to watch the weekly ATM and understand the strategy? Yeah, I think that's very important. You've been pretty strict about my rules, so I'll use a boring market to watch the video. Yeah, that definitely don't want to take trades that you don't understand. The weekly ATM trade may sound complicated. It's really not. All right, you're basically just selling puts against a neutral to bullish stock, and at the same time holding a much longer-term dated put below where you're selling your puts on the short side, just to protect yourself to a downside move and to reduce the amount of margin on the trade. I have a video on it. It's pretty straightforward. Jarek, over this year you become a good trader, just learning when not to trade from this room. Thanks for the constant commentary. I appreciate it. Thanks very much, Eric. Again, I get complaints about things that I talk too much about not trading, but I'm telling you, it's so important to understand what the market's doing and not to trade in crappy markets, or trade very little in crappy markets. I mean, I got into ZM this morning, and I wished I hadn't now. Now I got to wait to try to get out. It looks like I probably will. It's bouncing up pretty nicely, but all it's doing is adding a lot of aggravation, and I don't have anything else on. What about a long position TSM, Omar? Taiwan Semi. That thing has been moving up really strongly. Now you look at your chart. All right, let's look at the daily chart of TSM. Talk about what kind of chart it is. Okay, it's a nice strong stock. You can look at the huge movement in TSM. Gets extended, comes back. Gets extended, comes back. Gets extended, comes back. Is it getting extended here? Looks like it to me. Right now it's trading at 246, basically $246 with the 8 at 238. That's $8 between the 8 and the today's price, right? So what's the ATR? How much is it close to 8? 529. No, it's not. The ATR is 529, and it's $8 extended, all right? So it's not two ATRs, but it's over 1.5 ATRs. That's quite a lot. I wouldn't say that it was not tradable because of this, but you just got to be cautious. It is a little extended, and the market's crappy today. I mean, it's got nice relative strength to the market. I mean, look at it, it's been moving up all day long. So in that sense, it's a pretty good trade. But it is a little bit extended on the daily chart, and it's a choppy stock. Remember, we just looked at it, right? Look at the choppiness in this thing. Look at the gaps in it. It's all over the place. This is 2 nice days in a row. When was the last time you saw 2 nice candles in a row? You have to go all the way back here. So that's why again, the market is telling me right now not to just, unless you can have an outstanding stock, you've got to be careful. I think my mic is off. Rem Kumar, can people hear me right now? You can hear? Okay. Okay. Excellent. Loud and clear. Good job. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. It needs to be reinforced, William. I agree. The idea of not trading on crappy trading days needs to be reinforced. Maybe I reinforce it too much. But people come into the room and go out of the room and come into the room and out of the room. So I try to talk about it. Anytime I think it's low probability trading environment, I talk about it. And it is right now. Look at this. We've got the market internals are just chopping. This just went from blue up to down red. It's just chopping. And the SPY's coming in now. Q's coming in. ZM all of a sudden get good relative strength. Crazy. Yeah, and that's Shai points out something important here. It's a common misconception with traders that they have to be in trades. Over trading is one of the biggest problems that retail traders have. And he points out one good high probability trade can give you everything you need, as opposed to pissing away your capital on a bunch of low probability ones. This is what we try to keep people from doing. That's why I say trade the best and skip the rest. Skipping the rest is very critical. As William says, cash is a position, and it is. All right, I'm going to get ready to get some lunch here. It's about 12:35. So let me go over to YouTube and thank them for being in here today. Ryan, OCTO went crazy. He did. You think? OCTO today up, just went up to $79. That thing is up 5,349% today. OCTO. These are huge candles. This is risky as hell. Risky as hell, this thing. These are massive candles. See the bottom of that candle right there? 57.34. See the high? 71.27. That's a $14 candle. So if you're trading have your Pepto-Bismol or some anti-acid next to you. This is really only for really seasoned traders who don't get emotionally attached to their money. Because you can make good money on something like this if you're right. But if you look at the daily chart of this thing, this is nuts. All right, this is nuts. You see anything like this? You see this, what it did back here? See this? Right back down again. See, what's this going to do? Who knows? But I wouldn't be chasing it here. If you want to get in on the pull back to the 8 or the 15 of the VWAP. It bounces, put you at your profit target, take the profits. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut down YouTube. Thank you, YouTube folks, for being here today. I appreciate it. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow, Tuesday, about around 11 o'clock. And we had we had a good trade here in the room today on SPY. We took off overnight Friday on our divergence on the market internals, and that worked out pretty well for us. Other than that, I took a ZM today. I didn't post it, and I wish I hadn't taken it because right now I'm just trying to get out of it. Although it is moving up pretty nicely right now for me, so I feel pretty good about that. Thanks, Dan. You can hear me too. All right, I'm going to grab some lunch. So thanks, everybody. On YouTube, I'm going to